Hello all Supernatural fans. Sorry it's been a while for a video. I have been like really sick, and no, it's not the coronavirus, but I've had strep throat and everything, so I've been kind of out of commission, and I'm still not like 100%, but feeling better and coming back and trying to get Rod's car all finished. So Rod, I know you're going to be watching this video. Your alignment is Monday morning, and then we can start test driving it. We got a few little things. We got some squalling of belts and stuff right now, so we got to get that fixed, and then it's just test driving. And pretty much everything is done except for maybe just like one or two little things, which will take nothing. But this video is not really about this car. This video is about, there's another shop out there, and they claim to do screen accurate Impala builds. And I'm not somebody that's going to say, no, you're not, and I'm going to let people do what they want. I try not to be an asshole or anything like that, but I have now been told that there may have been some leading on to customers from this other shop that I have worked with this individual, and I've told him all the secrets how to build these cars. And I just want to come out and say that is an absolute lie. That is a fabrication. I help everybody, and I tell everybody the same information. And so you can go on to my Everything Supernatural page, and I think if you type in parts list and stuff like that, and that part list is there. And so it's at anybody's availability. If somebody emails me, calls me, messages me and asks, hey, what you do, blah, blah, blah. And 9 times out of 10, I tell them. That list on that, what I give everybody, that is what I call the basics parts list. That is, it's probably covering 80% of the car. There are so many little features on this car that are unique, and I do not tell that to anyone. So that way, anybody wants to go out and kind of build a Dean's car, they can, and they're going to get it well within the ballpark. I want to be very clear on this. We are the only shop in the United States that builds a screen accurate Impala. The other shops that would build them would be up in Vancouver, and there are different shops. The studio goes to whoever is going to do the work the cheapest and stuff. Because they're on a budget. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's on a budget. I'm on a budget. My customers are on a budget and stuff like that. But in the United States, there's only one shop that builds screen accurate Impalas. Everything else that comes out of a different shop is a tribute car. And that's just the way it is. So if you hear that I'm working with them, helping them out and stuff like that, I am helping a certain shop out in Memphis, Tennessee for some good friends of mine. And when the shop asks for my assistance, I help them out. I try to find parts for them and so forth. And I will do that for anybody. If somebody goes, hey Rick, where did you find this? Or can you help me find this and stuff? I usually try to help out to my best ability. But for somebody to come out and say that, oh, I've told all the secrets and I've worked with them and so forth, and they build screen accurate Impalas is not right. And I don't want my name attached to any other shop because I don't know the work they do, and I don't want somebody to go, hey, I went to this other shop. They said they built a screen accurate Impala. You helped them out, so they were cheaper than you, Rick, or they were the same price, but I could get in faster, or whatever the case may be. They get their car and then they go, oh, this looks like shit, or whatever. Then they're going like, well, that's how Rick built them. That is not how we build cars. Now, there are different ways to build these cars. My thing is, I don't want them perfect, because the ones on the show are not perfect. And most people can't afford to build a frame off restoration, all brand new wiring, hunting everything down to make everything brand new. It would just be astronomical. And so most people aren't going to go that route. and they're just going to try to do what fits in their budget, but they're going to be show correct. And you know, if you're building, to me, if you're building TV movie cars, that's the way it has to be. What did they do on that movie or that TV show? And that's what makes that car that car. If you go out and do it your own way, if you go, I don't like the buckskin interior carpet or whatever, and you put black carpet in, that is a preference to you. And it's not right, it's not wrong, it's just not like the original car. So Screen Accurate, so the shop that says that they're building Screen Accurate cars, they don't even put weapons boxes in them. And to be Screen Accurate, you would have to have a weapons box in it. I don't know anybody. I know there's a lot of the fans out there built their cars, and they built awesome cars. My buddy Jason Waller, and I'm just not going to get into names, because if I start naming names, and everybody's like, well, Rick, you didn't mention my car or whatever. But they do an awesome job building them. But they put weapons boxes in them. And so, once again, how can you say Screen Accurate if there's not a weapons box in it? It takes me a long time to build these weapons boxes. A lot of time, actually quite a bit of money goes into them. But I'll just kind of pop this up here. This, like I said, this is Rod's car. And I got some stuff in here and stuff like that, because we've just been kind of storing stuff. But the weapons boxes they're a pain in the butt to do. Anybody that builds one, they'll tell you they're a pain in the butt to do. I can tell you that you could get hit by a semi in this car, and that weapons box is not going anywhere in this car. I build them so secure that it takes a while to get one out when you want to get out. They are removable, but it takes a while to get out. So there are, like I said, so many different things that I don't even put on the parts list. Some of the stuff is right next to impossible to get. There's just so much that, you know, I've spent many years studying this car, and not to brag or anything like that, but you know, Jeff Butnick will tell you that there's nobody that knows this car better than me. I know the car better than the guys up at the shop and stuff, because they, like I said, their cars were done at different shops. And so Supernatural is not building their cars. Now, Frank, who is a buddy of mine, he's a car wrangler up there at Supernatural and stuff. He does, you know, hey, we need to get this fixed or whatever, and Frank jumps in there and does it, and Frank's real knowledgeable on these cars and stuff. But when a car gets sent out to need something done, whatever the shop does it doesn't match the other cars. So that's why all the cars are a little bit different. But, you know, there's times when Jeff's like, what was that? Or, you know, and I'm like, oh, it's this or that, and Jeff's like, well, I need this part or something. Like I said, I've been up on set. I've been under all the cars. I've helped out on the cars. I've gotten parts for the cars. Warner Brothers has contacted me for building cars for them, because I am the only person that builds Screen Accurate cars. So I'm just going to say, be careful of what other people promote, and if they're attaching my name to it, it's a lie. Like I said, my shop here is a solo shop. We're not affiliated with anybody, and we just do work for customers. Now, will we continue building Supernatural Impalas? Probably not, guys. Probably after we get done with everything in the shop, we just probably will not do these cars anymore. And the reason for that is the parts, as I mentioned, are so hard to find. And it's even the stuff that used to be available because it was newer stuff, that stuff is no longer made. And the reason I'm not going to probably continue building these cars is because I build them screen accurate. And if I can't get the parts to match the original cars, then once again, I fall into that category of building just tribute cars. And I'm not in the business to building tribute cars. Like I said, I have files on so many different cars from the movies and TV shows that if I wanted to build whatever car, I could actually build that car the way it was on set. And that's my forte. That's what, you know, gets my motor running, because nobody else does it. So, so probably when we get done with everything here, we will probably cease to building supernatural cars. And I have a journal. It was actually, I don't remember the name of the company, Culturefly or something. And their first box set of supernatural stuff, I didn't like the stuff at all, but there was a cool little journal in there. It was like a Men of Letters journal. And I use that journal, I write in like all this like really rare stuff, measurements to build, how to build the weapons box and all that stuff. And what I'm thinking about doing is, I mean, it tells the tell all of this car. And probably when I'm done, I'm probably going to burn it. I'll probably do a video on it. And that way the secrets and stuff will be gone forever. And I don't know, maybe it'll make my cars that are coming out of this shop more valuable. I don't know. But we take great pride in trying to match every little detail on the car. And I don't think that anybody could come up and point out something and go, well, that's not what they use on the show. Now, like I had mentioned before, on the engine I use a wire loom that Supernatural doesn't use. And I always ask my customers if they want that or not. I prefer that being on there just to keep your plug wires from getting burned up on your exhaust manifold. I prefer it to be on there so things don't get tangled like into your throttle linkage and stuff like that. It's more of a safety issue, and plus it keeps everything nice and neat and clean looking. And who's to say that the original car is not going to have that on there? And that'll be a different story somewhere down the line. But if, you know, like on the small blocks on the headers, we use the same headers that the show used. I just use the hot jet coating ones because they look nicer, they don't rust out or as fast as just the painted ones. But I always let my customers know that, and I give them the option. This is what really the show matches the show 100%. This is what I prefer using because same part and everything, just one's hot jet coated and the other one's not. So does that make it screen accurate and stuff? I still say yes, it's the same part, and sometimes you got to remember that these cars are not being driven on a daily basis at Supernatural. They might run 10, 15 minutes, they might run an hour, but most of the time the car's sitting until they need it for the filming and stuff. So if you're building a car to drive and have fun with, then obviously you want to have a little bit stuff for safety issues and stuff that obviously the studio would not run, but or they just don't have it on their car. So this car is really dirty, but it's, you know, we're a body shop, and so it gets to get real dirty. But like I said, this car's going up for alignment on Monday morning, and then Monday, I know Rod he's texted me. I haven't got to text you back. Sorry, Rod. He's scheduling the car pickup for the 20th, so we will be getting that all ready so he can have it picked up. And like I said, there's not really, one of the things I got left in here, I'll kind of show you the interior. Let me come down in here. I've got to pull the door knobs off here, and so I can paint these buckskin just because that's the way they are on Hero 1. This is a Hero 1 car. We've got one door knob off right there. We've got the buckskin carpet. The carpet on these things, they used to be called Ford Tan. It is now called Parchment. Don't know why they changed that. And then something else that we put into the cars that the studio cars do not have is the gauges. And to me, you guys remember I'm a car guy. I am a fan of the show and everything like that, but you have to know what your car is doing. And so anybody that I think Kevin Zimmerman, my buddy Kevin, we did his car Francis, and he came back later and installed gauges. And I think he did something where he painted this the buckskin, and then I think this thing flips back. So, you know, if you're at a show or something, you can pull it back and then it doesn't show up. And then when you're driving, you just flip it back and there it is. So, which is a very cool idea, and I probably need to talk to him to see what he used on something like that. But those are things, if you're driving your car, you don't really want to rely on what I call the idiot lights, dummy lights, which are these up in here. So, like I said, everything matches the show quality. Is it 100% beautiful and stuff? No. This is not, when I say show car, show means this is something that you take into a show, not a TV show or movie, but where you get judged on everything. These cars are that we build are what I'm calling studio quality. And Kevin, you know, or I'm sorry, Rod even got his bases to his armrest re-chrome plated. That was something that Rod wanted to do. The show does not do that. They're not going to spend the money on that. So they just paint them silver. And so 9 times out of 10, that's what we do. But if somebody wants to spend the money and have that all re-chrome plated, then, you know, that's fine. That's factory. And, you know, technically Dean's car is supposed to be factory. We got the headliner all now where it comes down, stays down. When you put it up, it stays up. Everything is now done besides being clean. Like I said, I got to do some doorknobs and stuff like that. And really in alignment, and we'll just be test driving it. And that's it, guys. I mean, Rod's going to be having his car, and oh, you're going to notice that on Rod's car, there is no devil's trap. And I asked Rod if he wanted one because I would have got my friend Rihanna down here who knocks these out of the park. Rod's like, I don't think we're going to do the devil's trap because if my wife gets groceries and stuff, we don't want to look like, you know, we pop open the hood or the trunk and have this devil's trap there, and people are going to think we're in some kind of satanic cult and stuff, you know, and I was kind of laughing about it, but I get it, you know. And to be honest with you, the car did not have a devil's trap on it until I want to say season 9. Rihanna or Chris or somebody out there, you guys know the show actually better than I do. So you guys will say, oh yeah, the devil's trap came on and this whatever. But for some reason I want to say it was season 9. So you're still correct without the devil's trap. And the car had the big block in it, Hero 1, starting or at the end of season 7. So this would still be correct. There's just different ways that you can do this, and it's just your choice as a person or a fan on how you want your Dean's car to look. So there's no right or wrongs. I mean, as long as you're staying within what I call the show guidelines and stuff, then you're fine, guys. And just so you know, even though you get new stuff doesn't mean always better stuff or proper fit. Aftermarket stuff is kind of a real bitch to work with, and these cars never really sealed up good, but you know, it's just because it was a 4-door hardtop. The 4-door post was a lot quieter car, didn't leak air and stuff like that. Or if you took it to a car wash, you didn't get water coming down in your on the inside of your glass and stuff, just because it was a better sealed up car. The hard tops are just very, very hard to do that. So, but anyway, I just wanted to come out and say that be careful on any shop out there that says that they build screen accurate. I don't know, in fact, of any shop, and I'm not even talking Impalas here, that builds movie cars that are screen accurate, except for there's a shop, I believe, in Iowa that does the General Lee. And can I build a General Lee? Sure, I could. My thing is this: why would I want to build a General Lee when I can just go and get one from a guy that can build it? You know, I have all the specs and everything. Unless I was just wanting to show people that I could do it myself, that would be the only reason. But other than that, I don't know any. Gotham City, they do the Batmobiles, the 66 Batmobile, so there's that. But when it comes to like, I'm going to name some stuff off like the Fall Guy truck, Starsky and Hutch, Ghostbusters, stuff like that. I don't know, at least off the top of my head, anybody's doing that. A Steve McQueen Bullet. Guys, I have seen so many Steve McQueen Bullet Mustangs, and I can always pull out stuff that's not right. I get them close, but you know me, I just get real anal and stuff. But all I'm saying is be careful what people say. People say things to get business, and you really need to do your research on the company or companies that promote stuff. I think I've got enough street cred that I don't have to go, oh, well, this, and this, and people go, is that really true? Because I think of my affiliation with the show, Warner Brothers, and all that. And I'm like I always said, I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world, and I value my friendships with the show and Warner Brothers and stuff. They're just the greatest people to ever have to deal with. And but I think, you know, because of my work and stuff and what I can produce, that's why, you know, I'm friends with them. I mean, it's a mutual friendship. We all give a little, we all take a little, and it's just it's a good business, and I'm always willing to help them out in any way I can, and I know they're willing to help me out, and so it's just a great thing. But I just want people to beware. Don't fall for screen accurate from other shops. If you always have a question about a shop, and I don't care if you want an American Graffiti car, if you want Sylvester Stallone's car from Cobra or something, I'm just naming cars, not specifically Supernatural. But if you have a question on a shop, like, hey, does this shop really do these screen? Contact me, guys. It's amazing what I know from other cars and builders and stuff like that. So, and I'll tell you, oh yeah, this guy's affiliated with so and so, and they did them for the movie or whatever. I know I have the world's biggest useless knowledge bank in my head, but it's better to be safe than sorry, because you don't want to just take somebody's word for it verbatim. But I can promise you, when it comes to Supernatural, there is only one shop in the United States, Screen Accurate, and that's the shop I'm standing in right now. So if you've fallen for somebody else's lies, because that's what they are, then, you know, always do your homework. Always do your homework. I'm not out to degrade anybody or make fun of them or, you know, trying to come down on them. I'm just setting the record straight. There is only one shop in the United States that builds Screen Accurate. And if they insist that they do, I'm just telling you, they're plain out lying to you. And and if anybody any shop wants to quiz me, and we want to write down stuff to see what the original cars have, I'm all up for game, because I can tell you other shops are not going to even have near the knowledge as what I do. I mean, I know it all. I can tell you what plugs they run, what battery cables they run, what batteries they run in certain cars. I can tell you what radiators they have, what fan shrouds, I mean, just the list goes on and on little things, from distributors to, you know, and somebody will go, oh, well, Rick, we know they use the Mallory distributor. Yeah, but they don't use a Mallory anymore. So, like I said, the cars change, and there's, like I said, so I got a list longer in my leg that I don't let people know about. And like I said, if you're just wanting a tribute car, and you know, there's nothing wrong with tribute cars, guys. Not a damn thing wrong with them in the world. I like tribute cars. So, I mean, because usually tribute cars are really 9 times out of 10 better than what studios are using and stuff like that, because customers take a little bit better care or use better quality parts or something like that. But so don't think I'm jumping on, oh, those aren't screen accurate, so blah blah blah. But I'm just saying, if you are wanting a screen accurate car and somebody's saying that it's screen accurate, do your homework on them. Do your homework on them. And I said, if anybody attaches my name to them, it's a lie. I don't tell all the secrets. And the secrets that I do tell, I tell everybody. So what makes that shop any more knowledgeable than you or somebody goes to my Facebook page and looks at the parts? So that's what I'm saying. Just know what you're spending your hard-earned money on. And if you were wanting a screen accurate Impala and it's not being done at this shop, then I'm just telling you, you're not getting a screen accurate Impala. So that's the way I'm going to leave it. And like I said, I'm not trying to get into a pissing match or anything like that, but I am not going to have my name attached to stuff that I'm not affiliated with. So we're just going to leave it at that, okay? So I don't want to get mean, don't want to get nasty, but if I have to, I will. So I'm not afraid to do that, but right now I'm just going to try to take the high road and leave it at that. And if the matter pursues to other deals, you know, other levels, then I'm willing to go there. Just be careful on the road you choose. That's all I'm saying. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with it, and it's no more concern of mine. But if it's brought up to me later on, then I'm going to take matters into my own hands, and I'm going to come out and we're going to get really nasty. And I know you don't want that. So it's going to leave it at that. So, all right, guys, I'll be good. Hopefully we'll do some driving around in this thing here real quick and let you guys see what, I think this car is 600 horse, something like that. It's something crazy, 635 or 585, I can't remember. It's something nuts, and this thing is brutal. So we'll take a ride in it here as soon as we get it all lined up, and so you guys can see what she does and stuff. So, all right, guys, have a good one, and talk to you real soon. Bye.